And welcome to another LMPS podcast. Today we have a new feature that we're going to be going with, which is the Getting Ready for School, episode 1. Really exciting. Join us. We've got Miss Mariana, our Deputy Principal.
Hello, hello.
And we have Erin Perkis from R8, one of our reception teachers, absolute legend in this space. So
hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. It's exciting.
We're going to be talking about getting ready for school during the holidays.
Yep.
Definitely. It's an exciting time.
It is.
Starting reception. It's a big step, something that comes with a lot of excitement, sometimes some nerves, sometimes some apprehension.
Yep, and we talk about that a fair bit with families when they come through, that excitement and apprehension and I guess nervousness are feelings that are experienced by adults as well as children, in particular if you're a first-time school parent, as I like to call it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I guess what we want to achieve from these podcasts is just to give some tips around particularly starting school, but in particular if you're starting reception year.
Yeah, and I guess where I come in is I can add some practical advice and see if we can mirror things that happen at school with things that happen at home. A lot of school-based experiences, particularly in those first weeks of reception, are all new. Going to the playground, going to assembly, visiting the gym, visiting the library, hearing the bell, lining up, all these things that we do for the first time. And
getting used to really big numbers as well.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And they're things that we have to practice for and we have to prepare the children for, and the things we repeat a lot. So a way that we manage that at school is we do a lot of reconnaissance visits, practice runs, a lot of repeated exposure. So I'm talking we'll walk to the playground and map our route back, and we'll do that several times in a day so they feel comfortable when the bell goes with coming back to class.
Is that just so they don't get lost?
I was going to say,
bit,
so
yeah.
they don't lose one of them.
So that I don't end up on the playground at 1:45 still chasing them. Little things like visiting the library for the first time, visiting the Oval. We'll go and do a visit. We practice unzipping our bags. And, later on in the year when we go swimming, we do the same thing. The teddy comes out. He helps us practice, undressing, dressing, wiping ourselves. Any new experience, sports day, we do so many practice runs for that later on in the year. So I guess mirroring that at home is something that I think is really important and a really good place to start for families. And I think that helps the anticipation, apprehension, all of those feelings. So one of my first tips is early January, starting, a few weeks to go before school, doing some practice runs, whether that's just setting an alarm and then starting small with setting an alarm, having breakfast, setting an alarm, getting dressed in your school clothes, having breakfast, then build on to setting an alarm, waking up, putting your school clothes on, having breakfast, having a trial run, packing your bag. Repeated exposure is really going to help.
I think that's for adults as well, not just kids coming back from the big school holidays.
100%.
Routine,
yeah.
Isn't it?
A lot of practice runs is, I cannot recommend that enough. You could even go as far if you live close, walk to school, practice getting here by the bell as well.
I think that's really important what you've just said is, particularly families that live locally and you have that, I guess, opportunity to walk to school. If you know, and you guys know your kids best, and I keep saying that, is if you know there are going to be some apprehensions about coming to school, and particularly after a long summer break, is just walk past the school and start building that excitement, because it's like I talk about in the workshops with families around it's okay to be nervous, but nervousness and excitement are, the body signs are the same.
Yeah.
So it's just naming the feelings for the kids and saying, this is an exciting time and you're going to build so many new skills and, meet so many new friends. So
it's also like pop in, use the playground, use the Oval.
Yeah,
so they're getting
school's
used
open.
to that as well. And I think it's another really big part here is that students from the preschool move from maybe 2 sessions a week to 5.
Yes.
And it's a lot different than just
Very.
the 2. So
Yeah.
building that capacity to be able to be ready for that as well.
that's stamina.
Yes. And it will be hard at the start, but it will get better. And practicing, it's not going to be a magic fix just because, 3 weeks before school, you've woken up every day, put your uniform on and had to practice. It's not going to make the first day magically easier. It could, it might not, but at least the routine and the expectation is there. There's something predictable about it. They know because they've practiced it before.
Yeah, and I feel our Little Flyer transition program, the visits the students have been coming every Friday, I feel that's supported a lot of that transition to school, and in particularly, familiarisation with a school environment, which is so different to an early education setting. There's familiar faces as well, us being one of them, but then also the family knows us also. And I think it's supported the adults with that starting school transition as much as it has children.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So
big tips.
Any last big tips here?
It seems small, but something that is very helpful, and a very big achievement for some children is packing the bag.
Yeah.
Being able to maneuver their own bag, carry their bag, unzip their bag, put things in and out of their bag. They're little things that you can practice at home. Even going as far as the lunchbox. I know, Mariana, you talked about that in your parent session.
Something that's manageable with
Yeah.
the kids, opening up the zips and the little containers
Practice.
and so forth.
Practice opening a zip, practice undoing your containers. Involve your child in creating a lunchbox. So maybe a few weeks out from school, you do have a session in the kitchen together, putting some things in the lunchbox, figuring out how to open it, packing it together. That familiarity when they open their lunchbox on the first day of school, they might have been involved in packing it. If they know what's in there, if they know how to open it, that is just going to be so helpful.
Yeah. And a lot of these, just to wrap it up, we've sent home a calendar countdown to school, which is the whole month of January, which is very exciting. Lots of different activities on there. Some of it is around packing the lunchbox, putting the school uniform on, reading books, going on a nature hunt and things like that. There's all those things that we've put in there for parents to count down and build that excitement about starting reception.
And it can be a lot of fun. You can make it a lot of fun, make it exciting, and then
we make learning
school
fun
and off
here.
it goes,
So
mate.
learning
It's
is so
much
fun.
So much fun. So, all right, just before we sign off, Miss Perkis, what are we thinking for the next one that's going to come out in January, probably week 0? Next topic.
Perfect time to start talking about some resilience
Definitely.
and navigating goodbye.
And those big feelings that come with it.
Yeah,
Because
so-
there will be some, and that's normal.
And that's normal.
And
Definitely is.
it might last for a few weeks, and that's also normal. So it'll be some practical tips for parents and students about navigating the goodbye times.
Yeah, so
Definitely.
stay tuned for that. Thank you, Miss Perkis,
Thanks
for
for
joining us
having me.
today.
No worries.
Miss
Thanks,
Mariana.
Erin. Thanks, Tyson.
Thank you,
Thanks for
everyone.
listening.